Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for joining me this afternoon, as I know you've been busy the last couple of days here at the conference. As you know, my name is Katrin Schulenberg and I lead the Global Infrastructure Services Organization and the IT employee experience at AMD. Today I'm excited to share with you how we drive a proactive approach to digital employee experience in an AI-powered enterprise. This is a legal cautionary statement related to the AMD trademarks and technologies referenced in this presentation. Some background on AMD, even though you saw the video, but AMD is a leader in high performance and adaptive computing. Our mission is to build great products, and we strive and committed to finding solutions for the world's toughest challenges. To name just a few products from our high-performance portfolio roadmap, is the GPU accelerators such as the Nexthink 300 series that offer incredible data center performance for Gen AI training and inferences. For servers, the new 5th generation EPYC CPU processors drive faster times to results and provide outstanding performance and offer impressive energy efficiencies. And as for clients, the latest announcements around the AMD Ryzen AI Pro 300 series, which is a powerful NPU processor for emerging AI applications, including Copilot+. In the last year and a half, AMD acquired 3 companies and just announced the acquisition of a 4th to help strengthen our position as a leader in AI. To evolve our position as an industry leader, it is critical that we build a strong IT foundation, achieve operational excellence, optimize business processes to enable our AI enterprise. So what does that look like? First, we make sure that our employees have access to efficient laptops, high-performance networks, as well as data centers, which of most are powered by our EPYC processors. In addition, there's a security framework that helps us protect private, individual, and company information. When we confidently can say that we have achieved the operational level, then we are advancing to the excellence level from an operations perspective. We leverage people and we drive new technology to evolve in proactive support to our end user support approach. We also use technology to drive and improve our employee experience. And thanks to automated insights, we derive informed IT decisions and actions. Later, I'll speak to how we also leverage the technology to support our unique AMD On AMD program to improve AMD's products in partnership with our engineering teams. Expanding on operational excellence, here are 2 examples on how we engage with our employees proactively. Geek Street, that's an AMD branded term for our internal walk-up technical support offering. It's available at major sites at AMD, and we have plans to expand it to a lot more sites by the end of the year. Employees visit Geek Street instead of submitting incidents. We heard that from others here earlier. It's a very simple but very effective approach to issue resolution. It also provides a lot more humanized and personalized touch to end user support. Geek Street, by the way, was also our core pillar to our IT response to the CrowdStrike incident earlier this year, as we're fighting off and helping users to return back to productivity. A second example you see on the right-hand side is IT Expo. This is also being hosted at major of the sites and includes several services. It demos IT technology, as well as any of the latest and greatest that we have developed, including AI applications for engineering, as well as business functions. It's an opportunity to meet the IT team. It's somewhere where the employees get to know and interact with their IT counterparts. And they work with them on future projects, or they work and resolve potential issues in the future. And lastly, laptop tune-up opportunity, where we ensure the health of security and software tools, along with the removal of dust and debris to avoid issues going forward. IT teams tend to work in various areas, depending on the organization's priorities. Those can change over time as each of the teams shift through a changing landscape. Here's a graphical view of how IT teams globally spent their time in an enterprise like AMD. We learned earlier that a lot of the time goes to operations based on what Jen presented. First of all, management. That involves long-term planning, budgeting, or making sure that the IT team's goals meet the company objectives. Projects, that includes the development of new software. It also looks at the deployment of technologies and applications. And lastly, operations, which includes the IT lifecycle management, monitoring, maintenance, and the IT service desk to respond to inquiries as well as issues. In addition, security compliance, where we take measures to ensure that we protect against threats and ensure that the company follows regulations, industry standards, and data protection laws. At AMD, we leverage AI to improve the user experience as well as simplify operations. Our focus areas, as you can see them on the right, would be technical assistance, self-service, automation, as well as test and validation. Each of them in itself providing great opportunities to simplify as well as leverage AI going forward. At the end of 2023, we added Nexthink into our tool set to enhance operational excellence and employee experience. As we introduced the program, we defined 4 focus areas. User experience being number 1. Other ways for us to measure and maximize the program benefits are by strengthening security, reducing costs associated with unused software or poorly used hardware, and helping boost our AMD on AMD program, which involves testing pre-market products internally. Here's what we've been able to accomplish in just the first few months leveraging Nexthink. We've transformed our approach to end-user support from reactive to proactive. Leveraging communication campaigns, we've been working with end users to resolve issues as well as plan laptop upgrades a lot more closely. We've been able to reduce issues with disk space. We've been also able to reduce the number of blue screens of death as well as any of the system freezes. IT teams are collaborating a lot more closely, which is great to see all of the interactions that we've heard from Dan represented earlier. And it's nice to have everybody looking at the same pane of glass here as we are having these insights available for everybody to respond to and take actions. Security agent health is another great example where we've been able to leverage Nexthink and move the needle significantly. IT professionals like us are tasked with maintaining multiple security and/or IT endpoints, IT tools on endpoints. Each come with their own updates, configuration, and management consoles. This can create a very confusing and complex environment for many of us. Compliance is critical for security, but it can be difficult to achieve as well as maintain, and keeping it current, most importantly, while not impacting performance as well as productivity. With the help of Nexthink, we can detect missing agents. We can also detect any applications that have issues from that perspective and quickly remediate the same. This saves us time as well as still allows us to ensure that every of our endpoints remain secure and compliant. In the past, we've struggled with reaching compliance levels in the low 90% on a consistent basis. Now with Nexthink, we've been able to achieve compliance up to 90% in the high 90% ranges across 10 security applications in just 6 months. So this is a great testament on how we've been able to use and effectively use automation across our fleet. And as the threat landscape continues to evolve, automated compliance and innovative solutions are key for us to stay ahead. I've already talked about this earlier, our AMD on AMD program. Nexthink enables us to help support this very unique program. As part of the program, AMD partners with our engineering teams across the organization to internally adopt pre-market products as a customer zero. This program is a key building block to our IT operational excellence strategy, but it also helps IT teams like yourself. So what does that mean? Under the AMD On AMD program, engineers leverage the AMD IT experience to help scale delivery. And they consult us on what world-class IT operations teams need from a technology perspective, including solutions like AMD's. We pioneer the use of AMD graphics innovations to fix major issues before products go to market. And we work with them to identify where we can complement the telemetry that we get from the engineering side with real IT insights. This helps with problem analysis and resolution. Traditional engineering tools deliver what we call the ones and the zeros, or the bits and bytes, while Nexthink provides a bird's eye view across a holistic view of all of the services that interact on an endpoint. As part of the collaboration, we've been able to increase our internal enterprise testing and validation for graphics software and drivers before they go to market significantly. We've started out with just 100 users, and we're now up to almost 4,000 testers every time that we deploy a new graphics driver internally as a customer zero. So this offers now a vast opportunity for us to look at insights associated with these early driver versions and being able to run analytics on top of it. Another example, you've heard it from Jen, there are many versions of Teams on potentially endpoints. We are partnering and co-engineering with Microsoft to help improve the experience for Microsoft Teams on AMD platforms, which again results in a better performance for our users internally, but not just internally. It also helps customers globally that run on AMD platforms. So in closing, our AMD IT approach is successful if we apply this three-step model. First, we establish a solid foundation by providing employees with the means to collaborate, innovate, and work effectively. From this position of strength, we then drive a positive employee experience through people as well as advanced technology to reduce the disruption and create a more seamless work experience. This foundation enables us to strategically implement AI, allowing employees to be even more productive, but also consequently enabling AMD as a high-performing compute leader at the forefront of AI innovations. As Nexthink is releasing more AI capabilities, as we heard this morning, we look forward to adopting them within AMD. Thank you again for joining me this afternoon. I hope you were able to relate to some of our experiences, as well as gain valuable insights. I wish you all a great journey home.